We're back. God bless. I thought I'd make the fireworks show a little extra here. I'm gonna have my own fireworks show, courtesy of Fort Knox and everybody else who want fireworks 4th of July since it rained that first tryout. And they had to cancel for the first 4th of July weekend and reschedule for the next weekend. I thought I'd make 4th of July extra special here since we got some sick clown out there with whisper box, speaker jeans, bigotry, the dumbest bigot in all the whole world, trying to blackball this soldier like Pontus did to Jesus years ago. I thought I'd make it more humorous and amusing. Well, I'm gonna have my own public firework launching show on behalf of those families that lost loved ones, 5 officers who died in the line of duty responding to the call, 9/11 Foundation and Recovery, all availed. On behalf of all the troops who died this year alone, responding to peace and American way of life and giving another country a taste of our freedom. Freedom is not free, comes with a price. And having a psychology magazine from Barney's and Nobles, walking the rain, singing country songs, launching fireworks, even giving safety firework lessons once in a while, even tell you how to put your pets in the bathroom this weekend so they don't go amok all over the living room when you get back. Because to them, those little nice firework toys sound like gunshot. They don't know where it's coming from. Hence, put them in the bathroom. Much better for you. You'll be alright. And by the way, having a psychology degree and supporting General Patton Museum along with the ElizabethTown Museum, local here in E-Town, I thought I'd get this right squared away since I support this guy, Normandy, VFW, and everybody else. Can you read that? It can't get any better than that. When y'all see me in public, what's that say right there, kids? You tell these diehards a few pointers. It can't get any better than that, Peter Jennings Jr. here, Indiana Jones, okay? What's that say? Because we took notes from the last show at the Ark. They put her on a cross, then burnt her, and then rewarded her last titles and ranks. How's that going these days? From a guy who could take himself off a cross and still uphold God in Jerusalem and all religions, all races. Saudi Arabians, Israel with pride. I care all of you in France. Wait, it gets better. Obviously, the U2 concert, I feel for Bonnie, didn't have quite a showdown in Europe. Someone thought it was cute to go over there in France and take out 80 lives. Trying to hurt tourism these days. My second sensibilities exactly pinpoints exactly how, why, when, fast by the time you sit down for Doctor Who in Europe. Much loves all to you diehard fans over there. Viva la France! Over you, didn't know this voice says 3 centuries ago. Golly, not just watching the History Channel. Barbarian proud, gladiators, Spartans, Syrians. I get around. Not just old stomping grounds. I care about folks. Obviously, someone's illegal health fraud handiwork ain't gonna stop me from broadcasting my channel, caring for all of you. Any questions, march your hindy parts to his Kentucky Memorial resting plus spots. Someone as young as 19 this year alone, okay? One of many reasons why this guy right here reads this Pride and Prejudice and every other diehard who won't trade in this soldier for nobody. He's a proud family member. He gets around. He looks at them as friends as much as family. Darcy and all of them, Keira Knightley and everybody else, love is. Movie, can't go wrong. Still working on the love project here, keeping love, faith, hope, and everything else very much alive. Take notes. There's always some jealous, fraud, childish clown trying vainly hard to steal your military life every 50 seconds in the world. I'm trying to keep these people the heck away from you all. The only way I know how. Not just being psychic, but caring for people and reaching out to you all who miss me a great deal. Some cry because they can't believe I always keep a promise. Not stopping Peter Jennings' broadcast anytime soon. It's growing by the day. There are radio talk show hosts who want me to sit down and have a nice live good morning chat with them. They don't want to go broke anytime soon when I walk by from the Vibe coffee shop or other coffee shops right here in ElizabethTown, Radcliffe next door. I mean, I get around Barney's and Nobles. There's always some little turkey upset that this parent has it all, trying vainly hard to get that public rise. Maybe you all should screen them first for pothead stupid before looking my direction next time. Any questions there, criminal frauders? 9 times out of 10 trying to pull a childish prank. Because this guy carries Jesus, Jeopardy, and everybody else with pride who's been on for the last 50 years. Oh wait, let's not forget. This one went through a Pontus pilot trick almost. And to be quite frank, these people have been on the air a lot longer than I have. Since most of you are wearing Huggies. And still doing good because I keep them in prayer. I know a Pontus trick when I see one. It's always 9 times out of 10 as much as Sir Walt watching me die hard to the core in Florida. I see through his living room, right through his eyes. Not just in Viking land, Lord of the Rings. I know she's listening. She's a shy, beautiful woman, and everybody else I call family as much as friends who are royal family friends, and they do get around. I don't think they tuck, tail, and run because of some fraud artist meth addict who can't get her habit or his while I'm around. Tried really hard to steal y'all's identities. Courageous, ain't it? Upholds God. And this decorating on my arm. Passion of the Christ diehards. Watching that movie, especially the chain whipping him in the back scene. I don't think it's prudent to piss off someone 2 inches to God up there who has millions standing behind him since dinosaur period. Don't think it's a good idea. Especially someone who holds the keys to both sides. Heaven and the other one. Right here, this chair, who wasn't born yesterday, but do notice the fine points of caring versus putting someone in their place real fast who doesn't know this by Adam. It's simple. I really like it. Do you see that? This is leave with me or get the heck out of my way. Keeping General Patton Jr. here going and everybody else who depend on this voice of everybody. I tell it like it is. Too many died for as young as 19. In the line of duty alone, we were soldiers that yelled get around. They just crash here by Hilo. Again, mark your calendars this weekend, backyard. At least be 20 feet away when I start blasting. That stuff goes off. Gunshot loud. It's not child's play. This is just a tidbit of what Christmas in the Cranks does for Care Bears. It's 5 years old, okay? Mickey Mouse Fantasia Daddy didn't take no because it was raining or going to bed in the middle of Star Wars. Especially the Return of the Parts, the Jedi scene where it was getting really good. Dad would pull this go to bed trick. I'd wait till he went to bed, then grab the remote and haul back to the bedroom. As if to say quietly, Wookiee level, I'll show you go to bed. Not till it sings, how about that? And then get done watching the movie and put the remote back. Priceless. That's all while watching Ferris Bueller backwards. Now it's the Living Dead show. Golly. Can't go wrong here. While caring for everybody and all these people here who know this Care Bear Kid at heart by name. That's Russell Morehouse on Facebook, the one and only, yes, with an M like the college. Martin Luther King Jr. and White Muhammad Ali. He's got the brother right in his sofa in the living room with Obama and everybody else. I keep going. I appreciate your prayers and supports. I need donations. Donations. Hence, getting kid back here requires a lot of funding. They need to put that donation click thing on my YouTube front page. That would be nice on the USO. As soon as possible, the donation clicker thingamajig. So when they click on it, it goes directly to donations. To Kid Biz Kids. As much as writing to the bank and making sure they stay out of fraud-free pothead land while keeping everybody else employed. There's always someone trying to vainly put you all down, bring you all down, because they don't like the fact you're successful. I know people who have America's Talent on the air to ABC Nightly News. They know this stunt since diaper period, okay? Walking around with Huggies. To be quite frank, Mr. Peter Jennings Jr. on the air, especially Dan Brokoff. That guy's been on the air longer than most people have been wearing Huggies. It don't take a genius that these people have tried vainly hard to go a long way since the radio stations began. What year did the radio begin? 19, 18, 20, 25, 1930. Right before World War II, the Great Depression started, Seabiscuit years. Back in the day, the radio was all you had for entertainment. It still rocks in most living rooms. It goes on without fail. There's not a thing on this earth I wouldn't do for her. Kelly right there, Michael and everybody, Anderson, Cooper and everybody else, who know full well General Patton Jr. here could get himself off a cross and still play Diablo. Still make time for coffee, still make time for all of you. I mean, I take it in stride. I know a childish prank when I see one, not just Willie Nelson showing me a few pointers on country singing to Dolly Parton. I mean, there are people who've been doing this for years and know pretty much every trick in the book. However, they don't know what it's like to have a 9-year deployed dad. They don't know what that's like. You can sit there and throw all that away. There's a soldier whose son's not even here, has to watch his kids grow out of his clothes before even trying them on. All for deportation. Y'all need to pray on that one, because if you did this to a woman, this little Pontus trick, because someone upset trying to steal his or her identity, forced their way into the U.S. kind of stunt, they'd throw themselves off a cliff years ago. Here's the one guy trying to keep everybody hunky-dory. With God's love up there, I'm psychic. I could care less what some health fraud criminal thinks. Hence, always the ones trying to call and arrest that guy. I won't hesitate to have you brought up on charges if you don't get your facts straight real fast, even at restaurants, bookstores, what have you. Examples, ladies and gentlemen. Would he turn his back on you when you need him most? There are women who miss me right now a lot more than whoever's at home. That's why they park their hiney parts over here. They not afraid to keep us going with God's love and keep us employed kind of man who speaks for everybody in all religions. There's no such thing as discrimination here. That's Care Bears Cares. Especially you kids, ProudSunrise.org, adoption agency, this new one, bunch of other St. Jude's, and everybody else I've been hearing about. Children's Miracle Network. I'm a proud supporter of KLEMEF.org on behalf of those families who lost husbands in the line of duty responding to the call. You can imagine what their fireworks show July 4th is going to be like next year. Hence is why I have my show this weekend on behalf of all of you who died for it. And those who died in uniform in the line of duty. That's for all of you. And those deployed who don't even have a fireworks show yet. We've got that Transformer screensaver trying to reach through their little boy or kid, hoping they don't get bullied while away. Or what have you, because they miss mommy and daddy really hard while watching We Were Soldiers at Yellow at Afghanistan or Black Hawk Down. Support everybody in the armed forces right here. Yeah, just the kid, an officer's son of the Air Force. But this kid who makes you cry and remind you of yourself and what you miss and what you lack. And God knows rocks, because he can say what he darn well pleases, keeping the channels open for everybody here. As much as preachers who are playing Zombieland on Diablo right now, or Call of Duty Zombieland, and uphold God and everything else that people love. That so rocks. I mean, people want to go get their popcorn and all the stuff I say and get away that you know why. Because I stand for what's right. I don't take crap from nobody. So fast and make your hair stand on end. By the time a beauty salon fashion designer wants to come over and then realizes that's finicky hair, yeah, Aussie doesn't like chemicals, period. No chemicals, just water. You know half that stuff y'all ladies use hairspray-wise? They should call it flamethrower instead of hairspray. So don't get all jealous. I mean, not jealous, excuse me. Don't get all annoyed when you look at the stuff around in my living room as to why people do inventory on every little item, right down to my pocket. Don't get him started with the Muppet Show chef. See, he'll sit there and look at your purse. What you bring? Everything but the bowling ball, the kitchen sink. Golly, what else you got in here? That cost $50. What'd that promise you? $50 worth of looks in 10 years? I sound like your parents. We're working on this Toy Story level here. He could get away with that because he knows he's got more legs, more chest than your husband or boyfriend ever had. So that's what you were doing at 2 in the morning at the grocery aisle. Or 9 a.m. I'm telling everybody. If you try that jealous while you eat cookies at 2 a.m., okay? Remember that when your girlfriends come over and park you here for the night because you crashed. But versus a rest stop, I'd rather have you here. This is my house, 328 Helm Street, like helmet and football, E-Town. And no darling who don't even look her age when I see one. Same kind of thought looking at Vanna White all these years. She still don't even look her age. Way younger from Miss Wheel of Fortune and Pat Sajak to Jeopardy. God bless and everybody else that strive for years trying to educate the young minds of children everywhere. Continuing on, next stop will be Bible studies. Right here, we're going to get started real quick. I know some of you missed church and got told don't come back till you see his next video. Kind of lecture, Top Gun even. I know exactly how it is by weekend, okay? Hence, fireworks show should help smooth things over, hopefully, right in front of Morale Division's backyard. Well, he'll be launching at 9 p.m. sharp. Depending on weather conditions, hopefully it don't pour rain. Let's pray on that while y'all out there having a barbecue. What to bring? Yourself, your family, your kids. Anybody who needs a little extra 4th of July cheering up. Versus, I know this. Any takers? Anybody want to take part in that? I'm curious, having a psychology degree on Facebook, did anybody want to take part in suicide? Anybody want to break out those fancy pens right now? Even submariners, captains, midways, aircraft carriers don't like writing why so-and-so killed themselves today. Carrying everybody with pride here. Off the bats. Go Yankees. I hear women's baseball, softball tryouts is going well this year in E-Town. We got Alan Jackson coming to park. Yeah, it is one of the E-Town's biggest public parks. And he's got tickets at ElizabethTownConcerts.com. Check it out. We got museums. There's always something on the weekend to do, not just Cinemax movies. I mean, hello, I'm throwing it open to the public fireworks show, at least an hour's worth. You know, praying that the weather holds and it's clear as day. And it doesn't start raining As you can see, Fireworks Dad learned a few points with Christmas and the Christmas scene when the reindeer started launching and they started singing the national anthem. And everything else, the rockets, red flare, oh, there you go. Remember that part when the reindeer started launching, kids? That's Kipper's way of, let's see, here we're here. He could do this in a fog bag. The same soldier who lit up Nashville the other year, the rain. Just didn't take no King Mickey Mouse. Walt Disney movie dad here. I look at Dad like he lost his marbles for a Vietnam veteran. No way, no how. Swear to fudge cakes. That's why I feel for you little juniors who don't like going to bed in the middle of cartoons. Or SpongeBob, or Walt Disney movies. By the way, Walt, you need to put those movies back on at ABC News or CBS on weekends. People need to see those little movies off and on. It helps. It would help also keep these darn potted just shenanigans away from your parks. People who can't read or don't know better. God bless that family. That crocodile incident, my heart goes to them. I'm talking about people trying sick little jokes who go on there and say try whatever just to piss off a bunch of people, trying really hard and not make sure they don't come back. That hurts people who've been doing this business for 50 years. Supporting Walt Disney was why I planned ahead. I knew something was about to hit the fan over there. In a very big emotional way. That guy's been around for barely 50 plus years and you still don't look his age like Hugh Hefner. Hence the Playboy darlings and everybody else who crash here and they don't run off. They're not gonna leave because some meth addict whisper clown get or habit club while under a floorboard. Why wait till they come to your door? Why not just put Dawn's up down the commode and donate to Dawn's Saving Birds Wildlife program? Here I am trying to help people remove skeeter nonsense. Lemon salt, Play-Doh water, screed over it so birds don't get it. It kills thousands of mosquitoes. Electric zapper free. Carrying on. I'm glad that text had a sigh of relief because I know what y'all were thinking when that other cup hit the ground. Good thing I bought two. But there was more coming on the way. There's a general wants to bring some here along with some nice little goodies from the housing area. I know these families miss me and some have tried getting a hold of me knock-wise. Sometimes I'm not awake. I'm not a battery. You have to keep trying. That's from a voice of everybody who calls y'all family as much as friends, all of you in this nice little magazine to the Oscars coming out. I saw that earlier. Ta-da. Carrying on. Right here. There we go. I thought we'd read some psychology real quick. Pride and Prejudice level, especially the church scene. You know, I can't go wrong here. I want to help some people invest in a better education before harassing a dad who has his own roof, his own identity and everything else, or anybody else that comes along under me. Look up to me as much as children look up to me as God, the one guy who cares for them wholeheartedly while watching Lord of the Rings like me, or playing a video game and having a hunky-dory day. The one guy who has it all figured out. You can all sit there and feel at ease. He knows how to push your buttons and make you feel happier from being despaired or sad. Then all the better to bring your hiney parts over here on Saturday this weekend. Mark it down your calendars. E-Town, 9 p.m. Care Bears Home, 328 House Street. News Enterprise Press. People who could use a little cheering up other than same day usual stuff all weekend long or week long. God bless you truckers, traders, operators, and everybody else who keep America running, who know this voice even by CB radio. Tower to tower radio stations, okay? I get around. I uphold everybody to patriotism. There is stuff in this hall that would make the average job veteran cry because they can't believe The amount of patriotism a bachelor dad has in one house. Do you learn a few pointers from Dad through the years for an Air Force officer? Golly, he said there Washington looking at this rascal. Carrying on. It's titled Man at Me Unconventional Wisdom. I'm married of one daughter with another little one on the way. I can't stand my father or my relationships with him, this person writes. My parents separated when I was young and shared custody for us children. I feel I was singled out for harsh discipline, and while my mother acknowledged her mistakes, my father dismisses my feelings in all matters and insists I am the source of any problems we have. There was a lack of boundaries when I was growing up. As a teenager, I was subjected to my father's tales of his sex life before and after my mother, and trying to stop him only made him verbally abusive. My father's brother, my uncle, was especially mean to me when I was young. But despite my protests, my father remained close to him. There are a lot of relationships in the world being Cupid that I could relate to. I know exactly how that feels. I make dear Abby smile. I'm a big supporter of her in the newspapers. And everybody else. Oh, let's not forget Delilah here. Golly, I think she's blushing to Paula Deen. Look at that. Every other chef in the world, from Chef Russell here of E-Town, who can cook in the dark. I iron myself in the dark too. I think you learn a few pointers while watching Walt Disney's 3 years. I bring that kid out, don't I? Or try they hard trying of all nations. Golly, especially in Israel, Europe, Russia. God bless Tour de France. We're still looking at the readouts of what's going on in France. That 80 people killed, car bomb. We're definitely praying for those families on Good Morning America while watching ABC Nightly News Updates here. I'll let you know what's going on while I'm reading this amazing, touching parent everyday kind of advice that's needed real bad in keeping relationships going from hitting the fan, especially in the military. Reading on. Was especially mean to me when I was young, but despite my protests, my father remains close to him. I live far from my father, and I appreciate what he wants in a relationship with his granddaughter, but he guilt trips me if I don't call when it's convenient for him, and he still issues plans for my life. Though he contributed nothing, my education or bills, I feel as if he's a boyfriend, and he won't let me break up with him. How do I cut him off without getting the rest of the family mad at me? She writes. Question. You're not in charge of your father's emotions. Keep that in mind, little one. I spoke about relationship with the issues to nobully.org. You know, it's a good foundation to know more.org. You know, when you see parents fighting, going really at it in the middle of the living room, they're looking at you as the reason why. I know exactly how that feels. Trust me. Which is why I support these organizations. I pray real hard that y'all stay in school regardless, because when you graduate, it's just as rewarding as walking down those steps. And by the way, congrats 2016s, especially here in E-Town, and those who didn't even have parents. Never give up your dreams. From JFK Jr. here. Learn from your mistakes and dust yourselves off. There's always West Point. They got free college tuition for those enlisting. You might want to think about that for your college future. Supporting West Point and every other university. Haba. From psychology degree Pat Chenham's dad here of E-Town. Our bachelor daddy who makes Mr. Rogers smile. I hear there's an opening. Someone wants me to take over his show to Miss Doubtfire. Figaro. Carry on with the country voice I have. To Kelly, look at that. Golly, I could sit next to her partner, chill. Help her piney pots carrying on the show all day while watching her. And GMA and everybody else, they know it too. Parental It's extremely frustrating the responses to feel you're done so much of your own upbringing and then have your own very personal personhood devalued and even denied by those who are remiss in shaping it in the first place. That's the situation your father puts you in, and you may be feeling it especially acutely as parenthood intensifies for you. But stop. For a moment, inhale deeply and congratulate yourself for getting this far in life without the support you wanted or the boundaries you needed. Now, it's time to come into your full adulthood by adjusting your expectations for others. Your father burdened you inappropriately during adolescence, drawing you in this confidence because his self-centeredness blinded him to your developmental needs. The same self-centeredness now keeps him from recognizing that your primary allegiance is to your husbands and children, not him. Parental boundary crossings can make a child feel special in some ways. Nevertheless, children put in your position often feel ongoing responsibility for that parental's emotion, well-being, and guilt over asserting their own. Sound familiar? Hence, when you get to your parents' level and understand where they're coming from when you have kids, you'll understand exactly why they are the way they are. Trust me. For an officer's son, I thought he was mean, ruthless, unbearing, rebel with a cause all these years from a rock music guitarist level here. Xbox player, no. You'll catch on. Nobody's perfect, but we all are somebody under God's eyes, and trust me. Carrying on, reading along, you can't undo how your father treated you in his emotional life. Hence, his emotional life and your emotional life are two different roads. We'll talk more about that. You can't undo how your father, again reading, treated you in the past, but you can change the relationship from now on. Once you lay the guilt to rest, you'll find that you don't need anger to reestablish boundaries, just persistence and patience. There are some boundaries that you have to respect too. It's not your role to decide your father's relationship with his brother, and avoid filling your daughter is on your frighted past with your father. She will not have the same relationship with him that you do. Better to guide her into a positive connection. Breaking up with your father does not require cutting him off, just gently asserting your lines of allegiance, whether you realize it or not. You ever seen that movie, Almost Famous? The take a few years off scene. It's kind of like that. Kate Hudson, everybody who started that, Stillwater. I'm a diehard of that movie. It's one of my favorites. Other than Lord of the Rings. Dukes of Hazzard, Comancheros, John Wayne, country western dad here. Gone with the Wind. Adolescence is very important, not just watching it in Ferris Bueller's Day Off, another well-minded example movie of pros and cons of with parents. You should watch it, it'll help you out. Breaking up with your father does not, again, require cutting him out, just asserting lines of allegiance. Whether you realize it or not, you're free to call your father at your convenience if he doesn't like the timing of your calls. Call your father at your convenience if he doesn't like the timing of your calls. Don't argue. Counter-propose a different time. If you can't settle on one-on-one time, suggest that your father call you at his convenience. You'll have 100% control whether to answer or not. Enough missed calls and your father may get the message. Just be gracious, don't rub it in. The, carrying on from fireworks launching dad here. You see that? Okay, good. By the way, that is not child's play. That's not meant until you're 18. Got that? Those are not kiddie stuff. Those will blow your hand off if you don't know what you're doing. Those you do not touchy until you're 18. Or you have a parent standing there. Comprende? Okay, good. Because these mamas right here need earplugs. Not nips, fits, kibble stones, no. The real stuff here that will blow your head off if you don't know what you're doing. Hence, leave it to dear dad here, safety at all times kind of person. Who knows exactly the pros and cons of the tiniest firework? There's something you throw into your shoe and makes a loud pop noise. Got that? Okay, good. That's why Daddy makes sure Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts know that controlling campfires is better than letting one run amok. Your the park rangers will thank you. Smokey Bear will thank you. Scooby-Doo will thank you too. Feel very well. Having a relation's a gift on how to reach into people and make their world days, nights better, not just baby shy and everybody else. Dear family, as much as friends, royal families, William, Harry, and Kate, and little George, and Charlotte, hug little George and Charlotte. To Miss Redhead, who's still shy, chicken, I did ask you out on a date. Trying to help you not feel out of sorts and like an old fart parent. Aww. I hope you got that invite. Maybe you should park your helo out back and land your hiney parts like everybody else does with their helicopters instead of waiting in line to park it at the nearest landing pad, say Hardin Memorial Hospital. You know, I feel for some people who have to wait in line. Golly, they're a big hospital, they're squared away. They even know where psychology degree Patch Adams' daddy lives, not just at KFC. I get around. As much as walking from here to Barney's helping blind people get home safe at night. Somebody has to go out there and lead by example. Much loves. Hope this part helped you kids. Care Bears cares. Keep your chin up. Stay tuned.